sweatshirt that the lady wants me to make that was, I believe, her brother's sweatshirt. So what I'm going to do is make a bear out of this, and I'm going to try to put this, I'll probably cut this out so that way I could put it on the front of the bear, and then also these I may put on the side of the bear. I don't know yet, but I'm going to make it where the bear actually has a hoodie on, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. First of all, well, on these type here, you really don't, I mean, with the stretchy part, it doesn't really matter on the bears. I mean, if you're a sew police on here, I guess it would matter to you, but this is how I make them. And what I do now is basically I cut the sleeves off, and I will start to just cut. Actually, I need to get better scissors. Since this is down, I'm just going to get my cutter here. And let me find my cutter. Where did I put my cutter? Sorry guys. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out like that. And same for this side. Like so. And we could go ahead and cut, let's see here. I'm going to save this just in case I want to make the extra bear out of that. There are some places on the sweatshirt that I noticed that has some holes. I mean, it's not going to cause any trouble. So what I'm going to do here is cut. There's a hole right here, if you notice. I'm just going to cut this here. I'll probably just use the scissors on this one. Save that for later. I'm going to go ahead and cut that is what I'm going to use for the front. What I could do is cut this part out so that leaves me a little bit more room to make the bear. You guys can fast forward if you need to. I'm just kind of showing you how I cut up this here. I need new scissors, or have my husband sharpen them. Now notice this is a little bit more fuzzy, which is going to be okay. I could go ahead and take the strips out of this with my there's a lot of hair and stuff, but I'm just going to rip this out and go along here like so. And so I'm going to do that all the way here. And then what I'm going to do is these are actually my pattern pieces. And these pattern pieces, I want to say, I actually got it out of here, Simplicity, and it's the R11 212. And it's really simple bears to make. And this is the pattern from that. Actually, I take that back. This is actually it's well, once once I find it, I will put, it says here Simplicity S9360. So I don't have it right in front of me, but that's the actual, but definitely it's by Simplicity. And it's really simple. Let me see. I don't think I have it. I don't see it in here. But anyways, what I did, and I need to find another cardboard piece. I put it on a cardboard so that way it's easy. It doesn't get folded up and ripped like this would be. This is part 2. This is part 1. So I definitely need to get a thin cardboard and trace this out so I have both cardboard pieces rather than this. Okay, so back to this part here. Like I said, I'm going to just go ahead and do this part here. Okay, I went ahead and got this part off, which I'm going to use this as the saying that I will say, this is a shirt that I once wore, hold it close, hold it dear, stuff like that. And then she wants me to put as front from Grandpa. So I'm going to save that piece. And since this has a front, this will be the front of the bear rather than the saying being on front of the bear. This will be in the front, and I'll put this saying on the back as like a little pocket. So that way they can put something in the pocket to remind them of that person as well. All right. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and cut along the side of the sweatshirt. And I'm just going to cut it up through the sleeve hole and the shoulder. So we'll see what we have to work with. Like I said, there are some holes in this sweatshirt, so we got to kind of see what we can work with here. Okay. Okay, so this is the front of the sweatshirt. I could probably get, maybe 2 of the front. If not, I could probably use the sleeves. Yeah, I'm not sure here. I may have to use a sleeve on this. But like I said, between the stretchy and the not stretchy, you're just going to have to work with what you have. So let's try to get this bottom part off, the elastic bottom here, so that way we can have the fabric to lay flat. And I'm going to move these pieces over here that I'm going to work with later. Let's see here. Sleeves. All right. Now, let's see what we can do here. And I'm going to cut this bottom off as well to get a flat surface. This here I can cut off as well. I mean, not cut off, but just take the seam stripper and just kind of do that. I might do that here in a second, but I don't think I may not need it. Yes, definitely need new scissors to sharpen these. I use them all the time. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Well, let's start with this piece first. This is my number 1, so let's see what it looks like if I did this, because I'm going to need 2 pieces. So you don't want to do 2, you actually have to do this, and since you're on the same side, I'm going to have to flip it over and do this side, like so. And I think we are going to have enough, so that's a good thing. And what I usually do, which I got these for Christmas, so let's try these out. I have the pencils, or I have the chalk, which I haven't opened these yet. So we'll see. We'll see if they work. These are just little chalk triangles. My husband actually got them for me for Christmas, so we'll see how this works. Oh, cool. That's pretty cool. It does work. Let's see what this does. Don't show up very well. This does really good. Oh, wow. And all you do is just kind of either get it wet or just kind of rub it off. Well, they do break easy. I'll just tell you that right now. But it really, well, I don't know. Kind of messy though, but it does work. Let's see, get that triangle. I didn't do my hair today or makeup, so I'm trying not to get in the picture. You don't want to see me anyways, you just want to see what I'm doing, so let's not worry about that. All right. This here. Here. See if it worked. Voila! Okay. That is awesome. So what we're going to do is, let me see if that really does come off. Yeah, it does. Okay, good. I was afraid I'm going to have to get it all wet and everything. Let's just cut this little guy out. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and make another one over here, like I said. And I'll do that right now, and then we'll get back to making them. Okay, I got the front of the bear out, cut out. Now we're going to do the back side of the bear. And I laid this out. This was the back of the sweatshirt. And I think this is going to work. I don't think I'm going to need to use the sleeves. And I would rather, like I said, it doesn't matter, but I'd rather keep it going the same way if possible. So what I'm going to do is trace this out here. And then, like I said, you have to kind of fold it. I mean, not fold it, but turn it on the outside, the wrong side, and then cut out your piece here. So that way, you put the same sides together, so that way, because you're going to be cutting out this part here, you're going to stitch, and leave this as an opening. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we'll do the next step. Okay, I had to do that little video over again, but I ran out of storage. So to get the eyes on the bear, like I was saying, was to kind of eyeball where it's going to be, mark those areas so that way you know where the eyeballs are going to go. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over my sewing machine, and we are going to put these right sides together and then sew along the front of the bear here. Okay, I have my right sides together for the front of my bear. I have my clips. I don't use pins because, I kid you not, I poke myself every single time. And you know how when you get scared, it scares you and you jump back, and then next thing you know, you get pain all in the back of your neck. Yep, that's me. Okay, just take it here, back stitch a little bit. I'm just doing a regular stitch. Sounds like I need to oil my machine here. We'll get that taken care of after this project here. It kind of ticks like that. This is what mine does. I notice that's a sign of me. I need to oil some things here. So once I oil it, it stops tapping like that. Okay, we're almost finished. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of cut this string. Maybe. Okay. Turn our bear inside out. So we have the front of the head of the bear. So now what I'm going to do is we kind of flatten the bear here, and I'm going to put it over on my cutting board again so that way you guys can understand what I'm doing. Okay, so I have my bear like so, and I'm going to just kind of puff that out and then smashing down just a little bit. Okay, normally if I was going to do the words and stuff on this, this is when I would put it under the embroider machine, my PE 800 or whatever embroider machine that you have, and do the saying on that as on this step. However, since I am going to put a design here and do that on the back, I'm not going to do so. So I'm going to put the eyes and the nose on. Okay, my video died again, so hopefully I get through this whole video without doing that again. But you put the eyes in. What I do is I take a little pair of scissors, which is okay. So what I have done is I cut out this design, and I went ahead and pinned it since I can't use my clips, unfortunately. So on this here, I can make it look like embroidered, but for some reason on this machine, it's a Singer Quantum Stylus 9960, and I haven't really figured this thing out yet. But anyways, I'm going to put it on a number 9 zigzag, and I did make it, let's see here, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, so here we go. See how that's a little wide? How it kind of went around? I'm going to make it a little bit smaller here. See if that makes a difference. Whoop. Let's see. I'm actually going to, I don't know if you can see me, I'm going to lower this down to 2.5 to make it a little bit smaller. Let's see if that works. Yeah, that looks so much better. And so what I'm going to do is just kind of follow this all the way around where I cut it. And I may go over it twice just to make sure it looks a little better. Have you noticed it's not knocking like it was earlier? I did oil my machine, so it helped a lot. I didn't oil it fully like I normally do, but I was just trying to hurry up through so I could get this bear made for you guys, so you see what it looks like. I'm going to stop it actually right here just to show you what I'm doing, and then I can speed up the process. So see this stitch here, I'm just kind of going around here. Like I said, I didn't let my cats in here, so they must have had animals or something, but it's okay. Okay, so this looks okay. I may go over it again just to make it look like it's embroidered on. So once I do that, then what we're going to do is sew the back on. We'll sew the two back pieces together just like we did with this one. And then we are going to sew the bear completely together. And then I will show you how I put the wording on with my embroidery machine. And we'll go from there. Okay, so now that I have the two sides, the right sides together, all the way around my bear, which it's going to be kind of tricky because if you kind of messed up on the cut, you have to make sure your edges are together. You may have to just kind of puff up the bear here a little bit to get the edges together and then make sure it's matched. And so yeah, so this side and this side, and I'm going to choose to sew from this side up because there's some areas that are a little bit shorter than the back side. So what I'm going to do is that way I make sure that I have this area here sewn. And you can always recheck it, and once you sew it and you put your fingers in it to make sure there's no holes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sew all the way around, okay? And then our next step would be take it inside out, stuff the bear, and then we can start on the embroidery area and the little pouch on the back, and we'll have it done. And also we will, I forgot about the hood, so we will attach the hood and I will show you how I cut the hood. Okay, I sewn the bear all the way around, and I used some Scotch tape because just to get the lint and some hair and everything off. I can't find my lint roller, but you always want a lint lint roller no matter what you do when you sew. So right now I am going to turn this bear inside out. Eventually you will start to see this bear come alive. I push the ears up. Okay, this is what I am using. I am using a polyfill It's a premium polyester. It's for like pillows, dolls, stuffed toys, crafts. You could get this anywhere. Walmart. I think I got this at Joann's maybe. But yeah, it's made from recycled materials. It's washable. So yeah, I really like this brand. So what I'm going to do is turn this bear over, and I got to pop his hands in now. About forgot your little hands there, bear. But after we stuff the bear, then what I'm going to work on is the embroidery of the words, and then also the hoodie. The hoodie is just really simple, and I can't wait to show you on that because it's really simple. But actually, let me go ahead and show you that, so that way you get the idea. Okay, let me put him to the side real quick. Okay, this hoodie, of course, this is the main, regular person. I want to keep this, so what I'm going to do is actually just go from here. See how it's curved? And that's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to curve it. And then you get my cutter and curve. If it, you don't have to be perfect because you're going to sew all this over again. Okay. So here's my hoodie. So what I'm going to do is put this inside out like this. Then I'm going to stitch along here. If you could see, I'm going to stitch along here and then put it inside out. So basically, this will look like a regular hoodie, but it's going to be the bear, of course. It's going to fit over the bear's neck, and it's going to just kind of sit back like this on the bear. And so you'll see it at the final reveal. Now this one don't have a string in it. I don't know if I have any string. I could put that in there just to make it look like a, I might have some shoestring. I might try that. I might do that for her. And then we'll put that on the bear. But right now, let's stuff this little guy and see how he come to life. Now, I always start with the head. So where I went ahead and sewn, I just put a little bit curve towards the head to make the ears. So now I'm going to push the stuffing up in his ear, like so. Like that. So see, he's coming along. This stuffing does get all over your material, so yes, again, it's very wise to have a lint roller. But I want you to see what I'm talking about here, of how he's gonna pretty much come to life here. See the little guy? Oh, notice here. So what I'm going to do, I can either hand stitch this, or I can just kind of reach in or take this back out, which I'll probably do that. So that way it's all nice and neat. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take out some stuffing, put this back underneath the sewing machine, and it's easy. It's nice to have this gap because that way you can do this, turn it inside out a little bit and do that. So that's what I meant by always double check, and I overlooked that, so that's my fault. So then maybe I could show you what I mean by this. So pretty much this is going to be on his head. Well, once it gets, pretty much it's going to look like that, and then his head's going to be back here. Okay, so I probably could have made it a little bit longer, taller, so that way it could go over his head if they, if they wanted to. But so let me fix this, and I'll sew this, and we'll start on the next step. Okay, I got the bear all stuffed. I went ahead and sewed the hoodie, and I put it over his head. Like I said, I kind of cut it a little too short, so I don't know if they can actually put it over his head like a hoodie, but it's just the concept of making it look like he's got a hoodie on, like a sweatshirt. So there he is. And then on the back here is where I'm going to put the little extra piece. Let's see, what did I do with the other little piece? Well, where the hood, not the hood, the pocket of the front, see where it's already kind of, nice and neat, trimmed, and also sewn. I'm going to cut it right here, leave this as the pocket, and I'm going to actually hand sew this around this once. I'm going to put this on my embroidery machine and put it inside the two pieces, which it would be this, and then I'm going to embroider the saying on it, and I'm going to show you a video of what I've done with the other bear, and it's just because I already have a video of that, so I'll just kind of link it together. But that's what I'm going to do, is put it on that, and then I will hand sew it, and he will be done. And thank you. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and happy sewing.